done with the self-sabotage. I'm over it. It's dead. We're leaving that in 2020. It's done. I just prefaced this video by saying that this is my first official video of 2021. Okay, I'm so happy and excited. Thank you guys for clicking onto this video. I hope you are as excited as I am to get into this, to talk about people pleasing, to really get into the root of everything. Why are we people pleasers? Why is it so difficult for us to say no? Why is it so challenging for us to choose ourselves over other people? What is this feeling, and how is it holding us back from really being the people that we are meant to be? How is it preventing us from achieving our truest potential? So it's definitely an issue that I have recognized within myself. My personal resolution is really to just deconstruct everything that I thought I knew and to build up or actively work towards becoming the person that I want to be, someone that I'm proud of. People pleasing really is a disease. I'm sorry, it really is. I really do believe that in some sense it lessens your quality of life, because as a people pleaser, you allocate more of your time, your resources, your energy to other people and bettering their lives than your own. But we're living for us, okay? Like, we're living for us. No one is you. So why are you putting the needs of other people before yourself constantly? So let's just get into this. I'm gonna share exactly, what my process has been like, what my journey is looking like. I'm still in this, okay? I'm still to some degree a people pleaser, and I feel like a lot of times, most of the time, we don't even realize these things about ourselves. It isn't until other people point them out to us, or we actually become a little more self-aware that, I'm actually saying yes to things and people that I don't necessarily agree with or want to do. I just think that's very unhealthy. And I'm tired of doing it to myself. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to treat myself that way. I don't deserve to be treated that way by anyone, or especially myself. So I'm done with the self-sabotage. I'm over it. It's dead. We're leaving that in 2020. If I'm looking down, it's because I have my little notes here, because I just have a lot of things I want to go over, but I'm gonna try to make this video short because, listen, we're busy. Step in my journey was really finding my worth. And I feel like when people hear about the topic of people pleasing and little tips and tricks to stop, you just think of like, oh, just, say no. And it's not that simple, because there is a root to every single issue. And that's how we have to approach this issue as well. Why do I put others before myself? For myself personally, I was taught growing up that saying no and not putting others' needs before my own was selfish, and that being selfish is a negative thing. It led me into this kind of downward spiral of like thinking that, I need to just be a better person. In order for me to be a better person, I have to be selfless. If you're selfless, you're good. So that means going forward, anything that I want has to take a backseat to what everybody else wants to do. Really, the first step of this journey is figuring out, like, what is my problem? Okay, why do I feel this way? It will take a lot of self-reflection. It will take a lot of difficult conversations with yourself. What do I fear? Okay, for me personally, I feared not having control. I feared losing people. Definitely stems from like hello attachment theory, psych 101. You know what I mean? I was like, the best way to not lose anyone is to please everyone. Oh, wow. As I'm speaking here, I'm literally like learning about myself. To the root of what it is. Again, it's gonna take some painful conversations. You may even need to have it with other people. If you're someone that has a difficult time holding yourself accountable, you may need to have conversations with friends or family that will keep it real with you. But the ones that are like, no, like, you're not a people pleaser, they're lying. you just do a lot of shit for them and they don't want you to realize it. I feel like realizing you're a people pleaser consists of constant discomfort in your decisions. Like knowing that you didn't really want to do something and you did it anyway, and now you're mad at yourself. The reason for this isolation period is understanding what do you want out of your life. This is such a massive question, right? It's very like philosophical. It's not something you're going to find overnight, and it's not something you're not going to ever really know, okay? But because it changes every single day. Like, think about it. Like when you were in high school, all you wanted was to be prom queen, and now you graduated from college and all you want is a good ass job. It's gonna change. But the goal of the isolation period is to figure out what you want for yourself, okay? Because when you know what you want, what you, specifically you want, then it's kind of like, oh, I have it written down on paper. These are the goals I have. This is the type of person that I want to be. These are the characteristics I want to possess. These are the type of people I want to be surrounded by. Why doesn't my life align? So when you know what you want, you are more able and like willing to put your foot down. Another great benefit of the isolation period is meant to erase guilt and shame. From a very young age, a lot of us are taught again about the value of selflessness. There's such thing as being selfish in a healthy way. Having goals, having drive, having desires. For example, like I may want to go get my nails done. Right? Is that selfish of me to want to have my nails done? I just want them to be done. It makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel pretty. It makes me feel more confident. Am I a bad person for that? Am I selfish for that? No, you're not. So you setting boundaries, for example, that's not a selfish thing to do because you have shit that you want to get done. You have things that you want to accomplish. And so it's really understanding the fact that you can have dreams and desires, but you have to make certain changes in order to do it. And learning all of the guilt and shame associated with wanting things for yourself and with taking care of yourself, because all of the things that you do for other people and the way you treat other people, like I'm pretty sure like whoever's watching, you're probably a very kind, sweet person. The kind words and the kind gestures that you do for everyone else, do you do that for yourself? And if not, ask yourself why and start doing it. Because how can you give to everyone else and your cup is never even had a drop of water to begin with? So what are you really giving? What happens is when you give too much, you become resentful. You become resentful to yourself, and so you become resentful to others. You don't want that. I've been there. You don't want that. So this isolation period for me personally was very helpful. It just kind of provided me with that clarification because it allowed me to see like, okay, what do I naturally gravitate toward? I read like 3 books in a week and it was amazing. I got back in touch with who I was as a child and what brought me genuine joy and happiness. I found myself filming a lot more. I wasn't thinking about what Tom, Dick, and Harry were doing and whether Tom, Dick, and Harry needed me. I was thinking about what Chrissy needed and what Chrissy wanted and what I just wanted to surround myself with and who. You come to see things a lot clearer, okay? You come to see people in a lot more of a realistic light. It opened my eyes to situations. It opened my eyes to my relationships, things like that. Personal ultimatum. Giving yourself a personal ultimatum, understanding that making myself happy consists of being true to who I am. I had to stop being a pathological liar and just to be real with myself and the people in my life. And so once I gave myself that personal ultimatum, like, you will not be happy, you will not be at peace until you stop doing shit for other people that you don't want to do, until you stop choosing other people over yourself. That's when I was like, all right, yeah, absolutely. It didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't like, oh, I just sat there and figured this out. It was really like I also had to go through some stuff. I had to get heartbroken. I had to lose a friend. I had to, deal with some difficult uncomfortable conversations. My last point here is boundary setting, which is like such a pivotal part of this. So what I had to do is I had to re-ask myself very difficult questions. And I'm gonna read this. So before automatically saying yes, I had to stop and think, do you genuinely want this? Are you absolutely sure you are okay with this? And what are the pros and cons? Is this detrimental to you in any way? It really had to start with me actually thinking through my decisions. Here's a little tip. People will respect you so much more when you're not a yes man. When you actually show that you have a brain and you're not just so willing to please. Because when you're willing to please, there are some good people who will see that and tell you like, nah, you need to stop that. Like I have friends that like pointed out that I'm a people pleaser, like, nah, you're acting like a doormat, you're letting this person treat you like shit, like have some self-respect type of thing. And I needed that, you know, at the time it was painful to hear, but I'm like looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, because I really wasn't acting like somebody's rug, someone's bathroom mat. That's not cute, that's not okay. It really comes down to like respecting, you know, yourself enough to know like what you want. I got to a point where like internally saying yes to something that I didn't want to do just felt like it would make me sick. Like I tried to like stop this growth as much as possible. I tried to continue saying yes to everything, and what I found was I was just miserable. I was exhausted all the time. Set boundaries. The right people will respect your boundaries first and foremost, and this is where you'll find who's gonna stay and who's gonna go. You should be able to have those conversations with the people in your life regardless. So it's kind of like you're just, once you start setting boundaries and disciplining yourself and respecting yourself and just being real, being authentic, people can't say anything about you, because at the end of the day, people have to respect what you have to say. If someone saying no to me is not gonna make me think you're a bad person. It's gonna make me respect you more because at least you were honest enough to tell me what it was. Thank you for being honest with me. Thank you for telling me how you felt. Like, you want, or at least I want, people in my life that can keep it real with me, that I can keep it real with. I know that I said I wanted to do this on Saturday, but today mentally I just can't. And you need people like that in your life that'll give you that grace and won't, you know, belittle you or cause you any grievance for saying no and for choosing yourself sometimes, because there's nothing wrong with that. And if they can do it, why can't you? Stay true to who you are. Stay true to what's in your heart. Stay true to how you feel. The right people will come. The right situations. I'm gonna stop even saying people. Like the right situations, the right experiences. Like wholeheartedly, what is meant for you will come. During this time of pain and isolation, it's the perfect time to reinvent yourself. Don't feel guilty for feeling at peace for saying no, because you did something for yourself and you felt good saying no. You felt powerful, like you took back your fucking power. Like that's amazing. You should be so happy and grateful for that. During this period, just be grateful that you were able to do that, that you formed enough courage, that you were disciplined enough, that you cared enough about yourself and your well-being to make those uncomfortable but necessary decisions and have those uncomfortable but necessary conversations. I'm gonna leave you guys with just a little bit of food for thought and just you know, some tips on how you can really get this process going, and just, you know, some principles to kind of live by. Remember that people pleasing is so much deeper than what meets the eye. This is much more than the seemingly surface level issue of being incapable of saying no. Remember that not everybody deserves your fucking energy. Stop treating your thoughts, feelings, and natural instincts like they're background noise. You are your top priority at the end of the day. No one is gonna have your back the way that you have your back. Like when you're going down 6 feet under, or like you're being like, you know, cremated, like it's you alone. It's you and God, or you and the universe, or whatever you believe in or don't believe in. So it's kind of like, you have this one life. Why are you settling? Why are you letting other people's decisions and opinions of you dictate what you do and don't do? Why are you letting them decide for you? Like That's counterintuitive, it's unhealthy, stop. Choose you, choose yourself. And lastly but not least, I'm sorry, I'm like moving around like crazy, but just remember to find the core of who you are. This whole like deconstructing people pleasing saga, it's really saga. It's a journey, it's a process. Everything in life is, and you will get there, okay? You will absolutely get there. One day you're gonna be able to just say no and not even like bat an eye. This is what I tell myself. I'm a good person, and me saying no to going out to drinks tonight doesn't make me less of a good person. Me saying no to doing you a favor that I like literally can't do right now, or that I just don't feel like doing right now, it doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't say anything about me. It just says that in this moment I can't, in this moment I don't want to, and that's that. Every single day I feel like I'm coming more into myself, and I'm being more unapologetically me, authentically me. I'm choosing for myself, I'm choosing better for myself. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this long ass rant. This year is all about, you know, personal development, financial development, all this, that, and the third. I'm 22, I'm still growing up. I'm still learning myself. I'm not a guru, but I hope this was helpful, and I love you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.